Okay, some more awareness building today. Some more awareness campaigns going on. So I made a video the other day, right, about Colleen, I think Hughes, and Alyssa Letson. These females are from the States. I think Colleen is in said on her Facebook something like Philadelphia or something like that, Pennsylvania, something, I don't know, something along those lines. So they're in the States. So what originally happened was I had the Colleen Hughes girl on Facebook, right? And I don't even know how I got her on there. She seems like one of those girls. She has like 4,000 followers on her Facebook. She's one of those girls that post pictures of herself to, like, gain attraction and write really chaotic posts. She always screenshots and shows personal convos of her and guys and airs them out, and basically, she's always trolling people. She's always trying to get people angry and provoke and instigate. She's one of those females, right? She's a troll. That's what she is. She's an internet troll. That's her profession. That's what she does. And she's an attention seeker, right? So this is what happened. She wrote a post basically fat shaming men, like making fun of out of shape men, using men in that context. It may not have been directed to me or a specific individual, but it just shows me the type of female that she is. That, see, if a guy did that, these fat women, like, go get skinny or don't talk to me, you fat, ugly, whatever. Like, if I said that, the whole world would hate me. I would have people trying to kick my door down, and I would be getting mobbed by the hundreds and shit, right? I can't say anything like that towards a female, or I'm just an evil motherfucker, right? But she was saying, making fun of out of shape men, whatever, right? Just being degrading towards men in that aspect. And I always see her degrading men and belittling men and attacking men and targeting and singling men out. So I see this often. It's a trend now with females, right? And it's misuse of feminism, right? Because the whole, equality thing, because at one point in time, things were unfair in between, men and women. I don't know, men would get paid more than women. Like, there was little things like that, which created the movement, the feminist movement, right? And it was literally just to be treated fairly, right? But what happened is there was this evolution of females that developed out of that misused what that represented, started power tripping and started actually attacking and targeting men, and talking out and harassing and gangstalking, really. Like, if you're a guy and you say anything against any one of these females, you will have 30 to 40 to 50 people, all females, messaging you, making fun of you, calling you ugly, calling you stupid, attacking you, messaging everybody on your Facebook, messaging your employer, messaging your girlfriend, stuff like that. So this is what happened. So I went on and I commented and I said, it's a little ironic that you're making fun of out of shape men or fat guys, but at the same time, it's kind of hypocritical because you're really not attractive. Like, you're ugly. You know what I mean? So what's the word for that? Is like oxymoron. Like, it just doesn't, how are you going to call someone ugly when you're ugly? You know what I mean? Like, or call someone fat when you're fat. That doesn't make any sense. So I just stated the obvious, you know what I mean? Wrote a comment stating that because, nobody defends men and everybody defends women. And it's always women that have the favor, always, when it comes to the law or society or anything else. It's always the woman. And women have misused and abused this power that they get. And this is the same type of woman that will falsely claim rape, falsely claim sexual harassment, stuff like that, and put innocent men in jail or have them killed or attacked or robbed. And this happens a lot. This is very common, and I've seen it throughout my entire life. The woman has always been a dangerous thing, and I've always known the woman to be a misuser of power and a dangerous entity at that, because they do have that power and they will misuse it and they will use it against you, and you will be destroyed or you will falsely be imprisoned without any evidence, witnesses, or anything. It's their word against yours. They know that. They use this to their fullest advantage, and those type of women need to be exposed. They need to be called out. They need to be put in prison, and karma needs to be delivered. So I'm always that guy that sticks my neck out and does what nobody wants to do and ends up getting a lot of hate and a lot of, I get attacked and harassed, and that's what's happening. So I commented, basically called her ugly, because yeah, she kind of is. So I was like, I'm just being honest, like that's my honest opinion, and that is your honest opinion about, fat guys can't talk to you because you're too good for them, right? Well, I mean, I'm just kind of sick of seeing, like, the better thing to do would have not to have commented, right? But when you're scrolling through all day and you just see it's, women attacking men, like it's just constantly women, men are pigs and men are this and men, like, you know how bad that is for my mental health as a man that's literally causing no problems to anybody, just minding my own business. And I have to see this all the time. It is a trend, it is a culture, and it is out of control, and it needs to be stopped, and it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be exposed, and it can't be allowed, because if we're not allowing bullying, then why is it okay for the woman to bully the man and get away with it, but if I do it back, all of a sudden the cops are at my front door? That needs to change. It really does, because it's hypocritical to the entire establishment, right, and society, because society and the establishment says, it's wrong to say anything to, like, say anybody in the LGBT community. If they think they're a woman but they're a man, you cannot say anything to them about that, or it's a hate crime. You can't comment on that in any way, because guaranteed it's going to be considered offensive even if you're not meaning it to be. And then you're going to get charged for a hate crime and get mobbed on by a whole mob of LGBT community people and harassed all over the internet, and they'll make memes out of your face. Anyway, so that's okay for them to do that, right? And it's also okay for women to target men and degrade them and belittle them and fat shame them and stuff, but it's never okay for the other way. I'm not allowed to say anything to the LGBT. I'm not allowed to say anything to the women, but the LGBT community can say whatever they want, and also so can the feminist psychopath power tripping movement. Anyways, so this female messaged everybody on my Facebook, right? Two of the females. They messaged everybody on my Facebook. I have a screenshot of the Colleen girl saying I sexually harassed her now. So that's a false criminal accusation. That's a felony. This is exactly what I'm talking about, the type of females that will literally claim false rape just because you melted her off or said something to her, stood up to her, or put her in her place when she's bullying someone else. Then you automatically end up becoming a victim. This female's from the States. Didn't even message her. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even talk to her. The Alyssa chick I sent a voice clip to beat her off, melt her off, because she attacked me. I didn't even know who the Alyssa chick was. I knew who the Colleen chick was. I already melted her off. Colleen, I never even spoke to Colleen, and then she blocked me, and my girlfriend looked on her Facebook and saw her saying, making fun of me. She wrote like several posts. I'm going to show the screenshots at the end of this video. Made several posts about me. Took my picture and something I said and put it in her cover photo, trolling me on her Facebook, using her Facebook against me. But by the way, my comment on her post got me banned for 30 days on Facebook. But that post about fat shaming men is still there, okay? And you see what is still happening? So she blocked me, and then also got me banned for 30 days, so I can't defend myself and see what she's saying. And she's got my picture in her cover photo. Like, I'll show you the screenshots. Like, it's crazy. And there's like 30 people in there all threatening me, bashing me, harassing me. They're all messaging me. I got so many messages from people, right? Alyssa was one of them. But here's the thing, right? So already, all I did was say a bitch is ugly because she was making fun of men all the time. Big deal. Okay, cool. Maybe that wasn't the best thing to do. But do I deserve for 30 to 40 to 50 people to contact me and everybody on my Facebook and my girlfriend and her parents? And they contacted her employment, making false claims that now she's threatening them. Okay, so now here's the whole thing now. So sexual harassment, slandering, defamation. So that's what she's saying that I'm guilty of, right? Never spoke to her. The only thing I ever did was call her ugly. If you look up what sexual harassment is, it's literally forcing yourself onto somebody sexually, wanting sexual favors to somebody that is not willing and does not want it. Okay, in my eyes, that's rape. that's what sexual harassment is if you Google that, right? At no point in time did I ever conversate with her back and forth. Did I ever say anything sexual? None of that shit. Doesn't exist. Have all the convos, have all the screenshots. I'll literally fucking let everybody log in my Facebook account if they want. I don't care. But bottom line is, we never spoke. It was only through the comments. And then she blocked me right away, so I couldn't defend myself. Reported my comment, banned me for 30 days. And I can't message in Messenger now for a week. All because I called a chick ugly. Literally, I have the screenshots to show it. Like, and then it shows the ban, and it says 30-day ban for saying this comment, which was me saying that, you know, you're a hypocrite for making fun of fat men when you're ugly. Just my opinion. That was the comment. I'll show you at the end of the video, and then I'll show you Facebook telling me I'm banned for 30 days for that. So at that point, I can't even converse with her anymore. So how could I do anything? Anyways, that the whole thing is ridiculous, right? So, but that's a very, very, very strong, what do you call that? Accusation. You can't just go and say some shit like that, right? And that is slander. That is defamation. That those are felonies. Those are all felonies. And she's trying to say that she's going to sue me, and these girls are going to sue me and all this stuff. They live in the States. They've literally okay. So, anyways, let me not get off track. So, my girlfriend, they started harassing her, messaging her. There was like 4 or 5, 6 different girls. We all have all the screenshots. We're going to put them all at the end of here. Making fun of her, writing posts about her on Facebook, harassing her, trolling her. Then they contacted her parents, said that she's threatening them. This is a girl that is like on her way. She is a medical student, okay? On her way to be a care aide, all right? And she's worked really, really hard to get to where she is. And she's an actually genuine person, a really good woman, a really good girl, very gentle, kind, caring person, okay? And she saw what was happening and me getting ganged up on by a bunch of females, and that upset her, and she defended me, and that put her at risk. And she became targeted out of that. And these females went and messaged her parents, broke up her relationship with her parents, and her parents were against her in this scenario with little to no information, already making judgments. So they're scratched out. Okay, fine. Weird, odd, that's okay. Anyway, so they are achieving their goal, right? So their goal is to try to destroy my life and anyone's life attached to my life through the means of harassment and gangstalking. So that includes contacting somebody's parents or employer to try to have their life affected in a real way, like their employment loss. So now, my girlfriend's employment has contacted her stating that they need to have a meeting with her on about her about some complaints and about her behavior. So here's the thing. Another party of individuals that has absolutely no information or knowledge of what's happening except for a group of females that live in the States that have now harassed, stalked, and illegally obtained information to contact my girlfriend's employer and slander and make up false criminal accusations against her, which she doesn't have a criminal record, has never done anything wrong in her entire life. She's the nicest person I've ever met in my life, literally. Okay, so literally, okay. So for her to be targeted out of this, and a good person, you know, and now it's affecting her employment and all this stuff. So these girls, they're probably cheering right now. But you know what's crazy is the law will protect these females, and they will stand up and allow them to get away with this type of shit. I don't know why it's like that. It seems that even the law is kind of they're also participating in similar activities. So even law enforcement are actually involved in similar activities, and they can get away with it because they're law. So like gang stalking, if you actually look that up, like believe it or not, people in a position of power can abuse that power, and they can actually really fuck with civilians and people that piss them off or have different opinions, and they have real power over those people's lives, and they can do things that can completely destroy somebody's life, and they have a position of power over that person and a position of stature that allows them to have more credibility than the individual that's just a civilian. So this is actually called gang stalking. There's an entire phenomenon. There's millions of views on this type of stuff. You can look it up. But what the establishment will try to make it appear to be is that the person that's being attacked, harassed, gang stalked, and their life is being attacked, their employment and everything else, it makes them look kind of crazy. It makes them kind of look mentally unstable because they're freaking the fuck out, right? Because there's a party of individuals that are strategically organizing themselves in a way to attack your life in every single aspect and slander you, create false criminal accusations, try to get you put in jail. Like, they will do anything and go to any level to try to destroy your life, right? And it's hard to believe that there's actual people out there that are doing this, but yeah, it's actually a very well-known phenomenon. You can look it up. And let's not play dumb and act like we don't know that people, on Facebook, somebody melts you off, and then you go tag 10 of your friends, and then 10 of your friends goes and messages them and melts them off, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is normal. But when you do this on a large scale, like the Alyssa girl, she has millions of views on TikTok. She has like almost 70,000 followers on TikTok. Now, when you use influential power like that against people that might not, right? Which this Alyssa girl wasn't even involved. She involved herself willingly, like unnecessarily decided to contact me and my girlfriend and then start harassing us and threatening us and stuff like that. So bottom line is, nothing is going to destroy me or anybody that I'm attached to. Bottom line, I've been through the worst that life has to offer. I was homeless for 14 years, 7 years in BC. I had this entire system try to kill me in multiple ways and discredit me, and professionals try to slander me and make false criminal accusations against me because I'm a powerhouse. I'm a sober person. I made it out of homelessness. I have a condo, and I expose corruption, and I expose these groups of individuals that target specific people and harass them. And it's organized gang stalking. It's a felony. It's a real crime. It's a real thing, and it really happens. But it's designed in a way that makes the targeted individual look mentally unstable, because they are becoming mentally unstable from being targeted on that level, on that scale, which is the goal, to deteriorate somebody on every aspect of their life. So that's what these females are doing. So they've contacted everybody on my Facebook, harassed my girlfriend, went through her Facebook, contacted all of her contacts, including her parents, called her employer, made up some false accusations. We don't even know what they said yet. She's got to go and have a meeting with them, and it seems like everybody's almost convinced. And I'm thinking, how could you, somebody that has a flawless record with you, maybe your daughter, maybe you're, an employee of yours that has never had any conflicts or problems, all of a sudden some random stranger from the internet in America contacts you guys and is saying that this nice, gentle, innocent girl with glasses that's carried, that is in school and working at the same time, such a bad, evil gangster, right, is guilty of doing something wrong. And people are treating her like that. That just shows me how mentally unstable and how distorted society and the system are. And just people in general, the majority of people are literally just functional delusional. That's what they are. And it's easy to manipulate and influence them, turn them against their own people. They have no morals or values and no principles. They don't stand on anything real. Their character is very inauthentic, and that's why they would be easily manipulated to believe some stuff like that, knowing that this individual, my girlfriend, is a good person at heart, you know. So, and doesn't have a criminal record, has never done anything wrong in her life. She's literally the most innocent person I've ever met. Everybody has problems, of course. Nobody's, you know, flawless or perfect, but we all have problems. But yeah, she was literally just defending me because I was getting fucking attacked by 30, 40 chicks in a feminist group, just straight attacking men all day, and that's allowed, you know. And Facebook will ban me for 30 days for saying the same thing as she said in a different context. And now she's putting 10, 20 posts about me and my girlfriend, slandering us, making fun of us, you know, whatever, right? And saying I got a mole on my face, and that's allowed. That's totally okay, right? But I'm the bad guy, right? Okay. This is why I'm making these videos, to create awareness around this. Because men get slammed on, hammered on by women. And then if the man finally snaps and says anything against the female, the cops are at your door. All the guys on the block want to punch you out. She's turned everybody against you. She's calling your employer, trying to get you fired. Do you realize that we are allowing this, enabling this to happen? We're giving power to people that will abuse it, right? And the shift needs to happen again. You know, this is probably why maybe men could see this far ahead and realize that maybe it's not a good idea to caress the ego of the woman too much. Maybe it's her nature to be gentle and kind and innocent, and that's the beauty of the woman. That is her beauty. Is you know, men are not like that, you know, and that's the amazing part about women. That's the amazing, beautiful feature that God gave women, that now women are straying away from, and going too far with that, you know, and it's turning into this, you know, and men are on the losing side of the spectrum, and everything is wrong and fair and untruthful and dishonest and unbalanced and inaccurate. So why are we harming innocent people for no reason because a female said he did this to me, you know what I mean, without even looking at any of the proof? Like, you could even show proof that what they're saying is not true, and people will still stand up for the female because there is a power that they're using over people. And also, men are weak to women in specific ways that I won't mention in this video. Females also leverage that to their advantage. A lot of women will actually tell you that, and they're aware of that. But anyways, point being, people need to know the truth about what's happening, and also about these females, and also in general about what happens to men and how their lives on every aspect are attacked by power tripping women that are dishonest and will make false accusations, saying that we're threatening them. These are all the charges apparently that they're accusing me of. So slander, defamation, sexual harassment. What was the other stuff? Threatening. Which, all of those things never happened. None of them. And there is no evidence of that, no proof of that at all. Me calling her ugly is not sexual harassment. Maybe she needs to educate herself a little bit. Maybe she's just really uneducated, which it seems to be that way. But also, maybe she does know that, obviously, me calling her ugly is not sexual harassment, but she knows that if she were to say on Facebook, this guy is a fucking predator, a rapist, or a sexual harassment guy, there's going to be 100,000 people trying to mob on me. So that's her power, that's her manipulation that she can use, and people are so weak and so stupid and docile to actually comply with that and react to that. I don't know. It's amazing to me, but it seems that the vast majority are all like this. They're all brainwashed in this way. So, bottom line is, nothing is gonna do anything to me. Like, they can go ahead and call, message everybody they want. You know what I'm saying? Even if my employer or something like that were to terminate me because of some fucking strangers on the other side of the planet in a different country called them and said that I was threatening them, and they didn't and they took that seriously and they terminated me, well, I'm happy to let that company go. I'm happy to not be affiliated with that company. You know, I'm a YouTuber. I have my face out there. I'm not a normal, invisible civilian that people don't know who I am. Like, I'm not saying that I'm famous and you know, I got millions of views or something, but one of my videos has 65,000 views. Like, that's half the population of the city that I live. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that impossible. Bottom line is, I'm more of a target, and I'm easier targeted because I'm out there on the internet. I'm a musician. I make music. You know, I do my YouTube things. I have other things that I teach on the internet. I have multiple websites. So I deal with harassment and gangstalking and mobbing. I deal with it often because I say things that are controversial, that are very true and honest, and it is reality, but the vast majority does not want to accept or live in reality, so they attack me for bringing up truth or any type of reality that may disturb their false reality that they live in, which is very uncomfortable, I'm sure. But reality is reality. You know, we all have to face it, right? And somebody's got to say it, because nobody does and nobody will, because they get censored, silenced, targeted, harassed, gang-stalked, attacked to the fullest degree on every aspect of their lives, just for literally doing the same thing as somebody else that they did. But see, I'm not a weakling. You can't bully me. There's nothing you can do to me. You know what I mean? I grew up in a place where there's demons and gangsters and people that are literally trying to rob you every single day, take the food right out of your mouth so you starve to death, beat your ass up every single day, bully you, slap you around. I grew up like that as a youngin', and then I became strong. And to be honest, I became violent. And when I became violent, I started fucking people up, and people stopped fucking bullying me, and they stopped harassing me. And yeah, I got in trouble a couple times with the law, went to jail a couple times, but you know what? I still won. They got fucking beat up, you know what I mean, for trying to bully me, and they deserved it. And I believe in beating up bullies, I really do. The law doesn't, and society doesn't, because they're all pussies. But yeah, if you're gonna go out of your way to pick on me or bully me, and I'm trying to avoid it, and I keep trying to avoid it, and you keep coming for me, then I'm gonna grab you and hurt you, and you're gonna run away with your tail in between your legs, and that's it. There you go. That's why you don't poke at the dog. That's why you don't pull the dog's tail. That's why you don't pull on his ear. You're gonna get bit eventually. And you know what? Nothing wrong with that dog. He withstood a lot of abuse and finally took a chunk out of somebody. I'm the same fucking way. And I'm gonna continue being that way. And I'm always gonna be that way. And I don't care what happens. I don't care about the law. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Because the law is corrupt, and it's built on a corrupt foundation, and there's a lot of things wrong with it, especially where I am. A lot of power tripping feminist female cops that you can just immediately just see they're all, you know, they hate men, but they want to be a man at the same time, so they're just really super confused, right? They want to be a man, but they hate men at the same. It's crazy. Like, make up your mind, like, seriously. But anyways, that's all I'm gonna say. This is part 2. I was told that if I say anything more, that I'm going to be charged. But every aspect of my life is under attack right now, including my partner, somebody that I care about. And it's affecting their life, their parents' lives, and her employment. So you know what? I'm ready to go to fucking war with whoever wants it. With the law, you know, because what I'll do is, if there were to be any type of charges, which is not going to happen, especially coming from the States, not going to happen. I would take it to trial. So I would plead not guilty, even if I got to sit in jail for 4 months until I get to a trial date. Done it before, do it again. I've beat charges before that were bogus, and they will, you know, try to scare you and intimidate you and force you to try to plead guilty so you get a lighter, you know, sentence, or you got to sit in jail for 4 months and wait for trial. I learned from that experience, and I said, they used me, they scared me, intimidated me into pleading guilty to a charge that I wasn't guilty of. I will never ever do that again. It's gonna hurt and it'll be painful, because I will have to go. If you get accused of a crime, people think you're innocent until proven guilty. You are fucking delusional if you think that's how that is. It's not like that in Canada. If I were to call cops right now and be like, my neighbor punched me in the face and I just went like this and hit myself and I was bleeding, like, they're going to get put in handcuffs, brought to Central. They're going to say, well, you know, this person called the cops, said you punched them. You're saying you didn't, but he's bleeding from his lip. We're going to have to charge you. You're going to have to go, if you didn't commit this crime, you're going to have to go to trial and plead not guilty. But for now, you're under arrest for assault. This is how it works. Trust me. I've been to jail. Okay, like, you know, when I was young and I learned, I grew up, you know what I mean? It's been over 15 years. But I've been through the system, seen how corrupt it was, made sure I will never go back there again. People have tried, slandered me, you know, did things like this, you know, whatever. I had bump-ins, I beat the charges, I fought them, and I'm going to do it again. So that's what I will do. I'll take it to trial. When I do that, and I get out, and I beat the charge, I will then charge the police that charged me falsely, and I will sue them, and I will bring them to court. There's lawyers that are willing to take on those type of cases, especially if they fucked up. You beat the charge, and you get out. Well, yeah, they fucked up. They're going to have to pay for that. As long as you can get a lawyer that sees that as an opportunity in a case, he will take it. And I've already kind of did some recognizance on some lawyers that deal with cases like that. So I'm already ready for any of that shit, you know, always, all the time. But people need to see that this really happens, you know, to guys, you know, and it's unfair, and it's sad, and it's scary. It's terrifying that, you know, men are afraid to speak up against women because they can literally destroy every aspect of their lives, falsely and unlawfully. And the law will support it, and so will society. That's a nightmare, but that's reality. So just needs to be more awareness, I think, you know, and most people will not speak up about it. It's all sensitive information, embarrassing and uncomfortable. And you know what? But here I am. So I don't want these conflicts. People go out of their way. People think I'm a somebody that's conflictual in nature, but honestly, I'm literally just getting poked at, kicked, spit on, picked on, harassed, gangstalked, and then I fucking snap and I start making videos. I start spazzing out. I start saying all this shit, and then people look at that and they're like, "This guy's nuts." But really, I'm just getting picked on and harassed. So you wonder why people get killed, shot, fucking school shooting, all that type of shit, man. This is how it happens. It's literally people fucking with other people's lives, destroying their lives behind the scenes, harassing them, gangstalking them, which is ruining their income, their employment, their schooling, everything's destroying everything. Nobody can see it. They just see you losing your mind. You know what I'm saying? So this is what's happening. You know, anyways, I'm out of here. Corey Resilient. Share this video. Go ahead, do whatever you gotta do, man. Let's spread some awareness, man. Seriously, like I need you guys to share this video and get this out there. Go share it in all the feminist power tripping groups. But anyways, yeah, this is what happens. Females try to ruin people's lives unnecessarily because they can't stand getting stood up to when they're bullying people. That's just how bullies are. They're fucking psychopaths, right? Narcissists. But anyways, take care, guys. And by the way, to top it all off, my girlfriend is type 1 diabetic. And, you know, she's been through a lot in the last couple of years. And I've seen her go through a lot, you know, and now she's getting attacked by these, you know, devious, little, privileged, you know, power tripping, demonic, satanic females, when she's not at all like these females. And, you know, she's battling, you know, a chronic disease, type 1 diabetes, and she's going to school and working at the same time as all of this. And now these females have contacted her employer, and now they want to speak to her about her behaviors and the complaints that they've gotten, and they're going to have a meeting about this. You know, so now her employment is at risk. A girl that has a disability and a chronic disease, and she was hit by a car not too long ago, broke her leg. She's had multiple surgeries. She has a hard life, and she still is a good person. And these females haven't been through a fraction of what she's been through, and this is what she's going through because of these bullying type of females. And these are the type of women that run the world. You know, these are the type of females that are in control and in power and have the influence over society and the law and everything else. And they're the ones winning and putting innocent people in jail, having people killed, and destroying men's lives, and anyone attached to those men, targeting them. So just wanted to add that. That's the type of person that you guys are targeting.